All right, welcome back into Market Day Report. I am Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy, wearing the cow jacket all day today. Thanks for tuning us in. Let's take a look and see how the markets are shaping up here now that we've been open for a bit. Let's take a look at corn. It was just a little bit better the last time we checked, and it still is. Maybe adding maybe a half cent, maybe even a full penny here. Dees corn is now up 2 cents to 4.26 3/4. We're about a penny and 3/4 off the high of the day there, 4.28 1/2. So I think 4.29 1/4 is a big level. We'll keep an eye on that for you. March, that's up 2 1/4 cents to 4.43 1/2. So we're anywhere between, say, 2 to 3 cents higher across the board when we talk about corn. The 3 cents higher, that's way out there in SEP, out the deferreds. 4.52 1/2 is last in SEP. All right. Soybeans, let's take a look at that. And that's down a nickel. They were down double digits overnight. So this is actually a pleasant surprise. But November's only down 5 1/4 to 10.51 1/2 now. And again, that's still about what, almost 7 1/4 cents from the high of the day and 6 1/2 cents from the low. So we can say that's pretty much in the middle of the range. Not a lot going on there. Jan's down 5 1/4 cents to 10.70. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on in wheat. How's that wheat market doing for you? Well, it's 8 1/4 cents better in Chicago. Dees wheat in Chicago up 8 1/4 cents to 5.92 1/4. Getting close to putting a 6 in front of it. Look at the high of the day. It's 2 1/2 cents away at 5.95. March is up 8 1/2 cents. That's got a 6 in front of it. 6.12 3/4 is last there. And that too is 2 1/4 cents away from the high of the day. That's Chicago wheat. From Chicago, let's go out to Kansas City. That's got a double-digit gain up front. December's up a dime. 5.93 3/4 is last. And that's about, I'm going to call it what, 2 3/4 cents off the high of the day there. And we've had a decent range of almost 20 cents. Right now, it's looking about more like 18 1/2. But March is up 9 3/4 cents right behind it to 6.08 even. From the hard red in Kansas City, we go out to the spring wheat in Minneapolis. That's got some decent double-digit gains. 11 cents better in Dees to 6.32 3/4, while March is a dime higher to 6.53 1/4. All right, that's spring wheat. Moving over to the cotton. Let's see what that's got going for us. Cotton is, I don't know, let's say a half or 4 points lower. 73.57's last, and that's December. There's not a lot going on there. So much so that they just ticked unchanged, sharply unchanged at 73.61. All right, that brings us to our next guest analyst. He's coming from all the way from Delray Beach, Florida, to Mr. Chris Winward. He's with Swift Trading. Mr. Swift's on vacation right now, but thanks for being on with us, Chris. What do you got for us today? What's top of mind?
So there's a lot of headlines that are kind of working their way through the trade today. I think we've digested the what the report said yesterday, and that move in the wheat, we just ran 10 cents after the exact time that a headline came out in the Middle East between Iran and Israel. So there's some things that are heating up over there, and that actually pushed corn, wheat, and beans. So a lot of people are watching these headlines. I think there's still a substantial managed money short position that there might be some de-risking going into the election coming up. So that's what we're watching. The port strike is also another issue, although most of our grain shipments go out by cargo vessels. Still about 10% go through those containers. So that's another event that could create a story here that could shake up these markets.
So do you think is the report we got yesterday already in your rear view and we're worried about new stuff today?
I think so. I mean, judging on the price action today, I remember when those reports were good for 20 or 30 cents, 50 cents in beans, and 25 cents in corn, and I think that it was people are watching other things this morning. South America being one, and that is an unknown, and we definitely need some potential rainfall that could be in the forecast in Argentina and Mato Grosso next week. So that's what we're waiting on.
All right. Great stuff as usual. Super content. Stay right there. We're going to go away. We need to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more livestock with me and Chris right after this. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about some livestock right now, right? You can't wear this jacket all day and not really do that. That'd be rude. Let's take a look at live cattle. I think I've got that pulled up for us. Look at this. So we've got October down 17 cents to 183.60. Unfortunately, that's New low of the day there, folks. December live cattle, that's off 65 cents to 184.15, and that too is on the lows. And if you go out to Feb, that's trading on the lows as well, 185.15. So the front three on their lows right now in live cattle. Just steady, a little bit easier, but still kind of weak as we speak, right? Feeder cattle, what's happening there? Well, the two are trading lower. October's down 85 cents. 245.35 is last, and again, that's on its lows. We're not too far from the lows in Nova either. We're down 87 cents to 244.02, which is 7 cents off the lows there. In Jan, that's down 87 cents to 237.90. A nickel off the lows in Jan. All right, that's what we've got, a weak cattle board across the cattle complex. Let's see if we can stop that with a lean hog board, and we do. This one's a buck on the trend, and we're a little bit better on the day. October is up 77 cents to 83.02, and that's 22 cents off the high of the day. But we haven't even had a dollar range there yet, so we can't get too excited about that because there's not a lot going on. December is up 32 cents to 73.60. Let's bring in Mr. Chris Winward, our guest analyst, who's been so patient to stick around. All right, you got 60 seconds, sir. Wrap up everything you know about the cattle and hog market for us.
Okay. So the cattle market, both feeders and fats, we had this huge run up for the last couple of weeks, and now we're consolidating here. This port strike business would affect beef and pork exports more than it would grains. 35% is a number I heard. So that's on everybody's mind. It usually takes some sort of story to reverse a trend like that. The funds are net long, more so in the fats than the feeders. But, with the potential of grains, with corn now, pulling up out of here and putting on some premium, that's on the minds of cattle feeders. So that is an unknown that, it's causing maybe some hedge pressure to come in here.
All right. I mean, it's been quiet as of late. I mean, this is one of those things, if you've got any producer, ranchers, are you taking any production just to make sure that you don't have any downdrafts that might cause you a little bit of anxiety?
I heard a number yesterday that LRP sales are down 20% this year.
Really?
So that says one of two things. One, that people are going back to using futures, or just that they're unhedged.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit concerning. And usually after a big down day, our phones light up. People say, well, maybe I should get something on. And I think just betting on the come that this, the cattle will keep rising and that, we'll go higher into the end of the year, that's a little bit dangerous and not, in my opinion, a good marketing plan. So I think, there should be more interest for producers who are unhedged to maybe see what's out there.
All right. Great stuff as usual. Thank you very much, Chris. Chris Winward coming to us from Delray Beach with the Chris Swift Trading Company. And that's that.